Today I'm going to talk about topic 14. Transportation. Like a car, a plane, a motorcycle, a bike. There's a lot of choices of transportation, right? But have you ever ride a motorcycle? But can you ride a motorcycle? That's quite cool to know, but I can't ride a motorcycle because I'm just 10 years old. 10 years old is the time we have free time and spare time to play games such as Adopt Me or bigger than Roblox, but not motorcycle time. But I don't have a car. Unless I can ride a motorcycle, I can't have a car yet. But not even now. Stop doing those stupid questions. My family doesn't have a car too. Because motorcycles are like glue. Like glue. We have stick to our motorcycles forever. Now glue time on camera. Isn't anything changed at all? Yeah, you see. A bit has changed. Okay, but fine. Having glue on a camera is not the right way. But yes, we are stick to our motorcycles and we can't left it. There are speed limits in my country. Like you have to go on with... like 80 kilometers per hour is the fastest. And if anyone got 31 kilometers per hour, they are out of law. You dead. Either screamed and sharp and doing those like that. 81 kilometers per hour is not permitted, which means not allowed. The average of speed limit that's helped people very much as they got to be in rule. I've never been stopped from speeding because I've never got speed. But I once tried my best on my bike, but maybe it's only 20 kilometers per hour, I think. But the penalty of speeding in my country is quite amazing after all. The driving license, I don't have any driving license and I hate this topic. Stop, please. I want to stop. But fine. Does the average person obtain the driver's license? I drive a car often. I mean, I've never drive a car to be in the often type. But the age to obtain a driver license must be over 18 years old to have a driving license, or... Oh yes, and driving license. Yes. I always wear a seatbelt when I am on the car, but I've never wear a seatbelt. Stop being so silly. But yes, I've never been on a seatbelt because it's useless, isn't it? It sounds ridiculous if you have to do it. I don't even riding the rear seat, but I've never on the rear seat before because my sister is all they want me to get the rear seat first. Even I beg for it, she says no. Of course it is. A lucky time, a lucky time, a lucky time. Oh. For example, the most annoying bad driving habits of all drivers in my country, compared to this country, is quite... Do you know it? I don't know how to say it at all. The kind of things that annoy you about the other people driving. Do you know it? Yes, the thing that annoy me because as they smoke too much or they drink wine and they talk and they stare into me. For example, I vomit like this. I can't bear the sight. The kind of transport I use most often is biking. Yes, I mean motorcycle. My mother and dad drive me on a motorcycle. I only drive my bike to school and to other schools. I often use public transportation too, like the bus or the train or the taxi. The taxi is the most often in the whole world. I think, dude, how do you think the countries can reduce congestion on the roads? Maybe they could put on sign like a stop sign, or I think yes, but is there any environmentally friendly transportation in my area? Of course, there is a transportation like a friendly one. There are a lot. I mean, you got too much place. What do you think the most dangerous form of transportation? Why? I think the most scare transportation is the airplane, because if something gets wrong, you fall down in the air. It is much worse than get a car accident. Do you know why falling from the sky is much worse? Terrible worse. I think the safer form of transportation might be stay at home. I think so, because when you stay at home, nothing happens after all. But unless something punch into your house. The most ready available for the public transportation where I live is motorcycle, and always motorcycle. It's not expensive to take a taxi in my country, just about 800 down or something like that. I was coming to give the cab driver a tip. How much should I give? Maybe it's quite common in my family to give the cab driver a tip, but we only give him 50 yin dong is the most. Or my dad once put out the 100 yin dong, and I scream. The cab driver opened the door for me, or I opened it for myself. I just opened the door for myself. Why should I need help? The more patients sit in the front or the back of the taxi. I think I sit in the front is better for if I have a car sick, but it was much worse if you got a car crash. We ought to be. Do you think that we ought to be obligated to drive electrical and solar powered vehicles? I don't know how it worked after all, but I do think that you must do something to it, because the way it works is going to be the worst thing after all. We are in an emergency. Is the public transportation in your city efficient? It is not really efficient, but it is efficient. It's very efficient, but it's not really efficient. Maybe it's in the middle, I think. And I always think of like doing that kind of thing as yes, that is very efficient. Is public transportation in your city too expensive? It's not really expensive, but some is very expensive. Like when you got into a car train and you got the VIP order, they will be super expensive, and you know how and why. Maybe that's the whole problem in this story after all. When do you think I should quit if public transportation were free, would it use more? Of course, it would never have been using more. With 100 people in a taxi, in a small taxi, there will be 1,000 people in a plane, and there will be 800 people on a motorcycle. That would be the yuckiest thing I've ever known. Oh yes, and I feel safe when I used it. But bye.